Alright, the Reds, it's talking Reds from Liverpool city centre. And when we got up this morning, we looked out our bedroom windows, separate ones may I add. It was nice. It was nice.
Morning, Robbo.
What do you fancy for breakfast, Craig? Eggs. First to last. No.
No.
It was nice and sunny, is what I was going to say, and it looked lovely, and we thought, belter, it's going to be great, this, doing it outside, and now it's windy and cold, and there's a big horrible grey cloud over there. But, yeah, last night, international football, someone told me off the other day, because apparently I make out all Liverpool fans don't like England and don't like international football. No, mate, they're my views only, but believe me, there are plenty of people in Liverpool who share them. So if you like international football, mate, good for you. If you like England, good for you. I don't, and I can't be arsed with it. And look, for people who do like international football, here's what they're experiencing. Here's a tweet from last night at 8:01 from a person who likes international football. Modelo and a bag of discos to watch Northern Ireland get humped by Italy. That's Craig Hannan.
This guy.
That sounds like a great night, mate. How did it go?
They got beat 2-0. They did get humped first half, and then second half they were excellent. Stephen Davis was, outstanding. The Modelos were outstanding as well.
How were the discos?
Always salt and vinegar discos, S&Bs.
Yeah, they're good, them to be
phenomenal, salty as fuck, perfect for drinking. I had a nice little Thursday night, to be honest.
Belter?
Better than fucking staring at the walls like most nights at the moment.
Yeah, and on that subject, one of the reasons I wanted to do this outside today is behind us here is one of the exhibitions that's currently in Liverpool. This is called Talking Heads. There's 11 art installations around the city which you should go and see at night, by the way. They light up, they look brilliant at night. I think it started earlier in the week. I had a bit of a mooch the other night. There's been loads of people down here every night. It's from 6 till 10. It runs till April the 5th. Obviously come down if it's safe and legal for you to do so, all the disclaimers, you know the score, everyone knows what the score is. But it's good, I would say. It's good because it's just nice to see people in the city again, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. And just, it's nice to see, like, even if you're not out and about, it's nice to see people put nice pictures up on Instagram again.
Oh, it's raining now.
Of something that you don't usually see, and you know, things like this do give people a lift. Like, I'm excited to come into the city. I'm excited to come into the city and sort of have a mooch about, and I saw a few talk contributors have been out and about via their Instagrams, and it looks brilliant, doesn't it? And,
yeah, it looks
everything that everyone said about it, the light, is it Light Night? Is that what it's called?
It's the River of Light
River
Trail.
of Night,
There's a map there behind you, lad.
Yeah.
So you can go to visitliverpool.com/River of Light and you'll get all the details there, because obviously we haven't got them all to hand. But it is worth your time, and as Craig says, if you're any good at taking photos, it's brilliant. There's like a big rainbow there on the Albert Dock that looks superb overnight. There's things along the front there like benches with people as though they're on the phone, and there's one space for you to sit in there. There's like a washing line sort of installation thing on Castle Street. Again, it looks boss. And there's stuff all around the city. I think if you do all 11 in like a circuit, it's about a 2-kilometre walk. So you can get your steps in as well and all that.
We should have charged them for that. This isn't sponsored content, by the way. It's just genuinely something that we think is brilliant,
to do it. But yeah,
just nice to be out and about in the city again, not having to do this on Zoom.
Like, I don't live too far away from the city, and like, you know, I sometimes walk in just to get a bit of exercise, and it's felt like you're in a zombie movie or something. Like, all the shops shut, no people here. Especially when our office is only over there, and we're used to the hustle and bustle of the city in normal times, so it's a little bit sad and a little bit depressing. So it's been nice to see people doing stuff, people getting out and about, and I may well visit it again with my kids the next few days as well. So yeah, there you go. We thought we'd give that a shout, and also as well was conscious of the fact that some of you might not be able to get to see it, because obviously you're only supposed to travel locally and all that kind of stuff, certainly until Monday, isn't it? Hopefully, fingers crossed, something doesn't change before then. In general as well, getting onto the footy, Craig, we got emails this week, didn't we, from Billy Hogan, saying about the season tickets they would be charging as normal in preparation for the new season. He mentioned in the letter as well, final game of or final home game of the season, they're hoping to have 10,000 in there, which is a big leap obviously from the 2,000 we had when we last had fans in. Again, all of that's good, isn't it? It feels like it's ticking in the right direction, and it feels like we finally got some hope around getting the game back as we love it.
Yeah, it's funny, that email, when you get the email about renewing your season ticket, usually it's the one you're like, oh no, because you're thinking, you know, there's big games to come, it's towards the end of the season, suddenly you have to find a way to pay for your ticket. But you're right, it just, that little bit of normality and even chat around it, that there is a plan in place, and that, you know, if things continue to go in the way that they are at the moment with the vaccine rollout and with the roadmap that the government have gone ahead with, then, you know, I'm not sure about sort of fans before the end of the season, but certainly August time is the one. Like, you know, we're all dreaming of, you know, it's not just being in the stadium. It's for everyone. It's the idea that we're able to meet up with mates again. It's the idea that we're able to go to the same pubs again, inside and out, and not have to order food, and, you know, travel to different places. And you know, a couple of the podcasts I think you were on, the What Football Means to Me no, sorry, not Football Means to Me, the Anfield Wrap free show at the beginning of the week. But Carl Kopach talked about it and what football means to me as well, about it's the whole sort of 360 view of what being a football fan is that you get excited about, rather than just the getting back into the stadium. But my God, that's the thing that we're just counting down the days for, aren't we? And you're right, I got excited. I was seeing everyone sort of share the picture of the email come up, and it got me buzzing again.
Yeah, it's things to get excited about again. In terms of other stuff that's going on, obviously it is still sort of a break for Liverpool from the footy currently, so not loads going on. One that did catch the eye, it's a rumour, it's the classic transfer gossip, but, you know, let's talk about it, because why not? It's the link of Luis Suarez on a return to Liverpool. Now, I saw it and thought, oh, fuck off, as if. But then, like, I started, like, Googling Suarez, and then I was like, the mad bastard. And, you know, like, I started to think about the mad career he had at Liverpool, how much he pissed me off when he did what he did, you know, biting players, the incident with Evra, the T-shirt, throwing Kenny Dalglish under the bus, you know, basically going on strike at one point, pushing for the move. But you know, the other side of the coin is the absolute unbelievable stuff he produced for us. Like that night at Anfield against Norwich. Fucking hell, them goals will live with me for the rest of my life. I don't think I'll ever see an individual performance like that. That was just
laugh out loud.
Oh, it was. It was just like,
what it is.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And I remember as well, like we, you know, the book that Neil and Gibbo did, where a few other people threw in chapters, Maker's Dream. You know, I did a chapter on that Norwich game, and I was saying, you know, not every football, and I feel a tit saying it now because we haven't had it for a year, but I wrote in the book, I was like, not every time you go to the match, you bang up for it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it feels a bit of a trudge, a bit of a like, oh, you know, I'm knackered.
It was a midweek one, that one.
Yeah, it was. That's what that day I was knackered, and it was a bit chilly outside, and it was dark, and I was just like, oh. But I went, and then, fucking hell, by Suarez that night, oh my God. We have got to say, though, that he's old now, and he's lost his turn of pace and all that kind of stuff. But he's ripping it up for Atletico.
Banging them in, isn't he? And that was the interesting thing for me, is that there's obviously a clause in the contract that means these rumours are going to come about. And, you know, we all know that Liverpool are in need of something in attack, whether it's a number 9, whether it's a player that can play out wide.
Him coming off the bench would be amazing, wouldn't it, to be fair? You know, like, I kind of think the way he left, and like I say, some of his behaviour while he was there, you know, I find it unlikely, especially, like, you know, the wage he's likely on, his age, the general profile of players that we sign. But
he'd have to really want it. I think. And, you know, Klopp's talked about in the past, and it has been talked about Klopp, where when he sits down with footballers, it can't just be about whether they're in the Champions League. It can't just be about money. The defining factor of whether you come and play for this side is if you actually really want to be there, because he asks so much of them. Whether Luis Suarez can offer that, I haven't watched loads of him this season, but like you say, he's banging in the goals. I mean, it's a funny one with Suarez, because I just sort of disregarded him. Once we put Barca out, once we booed him at Anfield and got on his back, I couldn't be bothered with him, especially after the first leg when he was just pissing me off. So I don't really look back on Luis Suarez with any sort of love or fondness in the same way that maybe I did a Fernando Torres or you know, whoever else. But there is that sort of, he was fucking brilliant, and he'd be a brilliant option. I just sort of
I like a transfer story that makes you think, and it makes you think.
Debate it. There'll be a bit of debate around this one, I think.
I don't think it'll happen, but I like the conversation about it, and I like the idea of reminiscing a little bit about him, and I like, I wouldn't say I forgive him now, but I can, because of the passing of time, I think I can think about him a little bit more fondly than I did not so long back. Wanted to ask you to give us some stuff back here, by the way. On Monday we are doing a podcast, a free podcast, where we're all talking about FSG and their reign at Liverpool and what they've done at Liverpool, what they haven't done at Liverpool. So just keen to see some comments from yourselves on what you think. So throw them in the comment box, because we're going to debate it, we're going to talk about it honestly. We'll all do a little bit of research over the weekend and that kind of thing, and we'll say what we say. One of the reasons we're going to do it actually is that, there is a small cabal of weirdos that say we never talk about them, and we talk about them regularly, we talk about them all the time. There's literally a video on the channel that you're watching where we're talking about FSG, and we've written pieces about them all the way through, we've talked about them all the way through, the good, the bad and the ugly, and we'll continue to do so. So the idea that there's some mad conspiracy going on where John Henry jets over and throws a bag of money down my chimney every Monday, sadly not.
yeah, that'd be good.
Really sad, that.
We had a look at. I had a look at some of the pieces that we've written in the past over FSG, and there's literally one that was, I think it's under a year old, and it's like, why won't you talk about FSG? And it's Josh giving us sort of his. But yeah, I think I'm dead excited about that show, because I think there's a real conversation to be had at this stage. I think at the end of the season there will definitely be a frank conversation to be had if Liverpool aren't in the Champions League again, if they haven't won the Champions League, if this season sort of, peters into something where there's nothing tangible to sort of cling on to, that it's, it can be seen as a failure, and then we'll look back at January as to whether they should have done something.
Done the business at the start of January, not the end.
Yeah, all of it not in hindsight, rather than, well, this is what we've ended up with, and why has that been the case, and why has Jurgen Klopp been left with 0 defenders, and why is, all of that sort of thing. So I'm dead excited about that. And you're right, there is no, if anything, at times we need to be, we need to be making sure that we are sort of voicing our opinions. We need to, because I feel as fans, and we're sort of representative or meant to be reflective of Liverpool fans. And that's a really hard thing to do with a topic like this when it's debated so much. You're so black or white, and sometimes it's in the middle. But we also, as fans and as a fan channel, have to hold the owners to account if they don't do something. While we celebrate the club when they're doing well, the business is doing well, they're winning trophies, we celebrate them. But if something hasn't gone right and they've made mistakes, a la the trademark, a la the ticket price which we have, then
walked out ourselves.
Exactly, it's up to fans to hold them to account, and it's up to fan channels like us to be reflective of that, and so we do that.
The furloughing as well, we gave them stick about that. We gave them stick about the £77 ticket prices, and we played a small part in instigating the walkout, in giving it credence, and giving it a platform. We had Spirit of Shankly on and stuff, and we talked about it at length about why we were all going to do it. We did it. We talked about it afterwards. So
we give them credit when they need credit. They deserve credit, and Liverpool feels like Liverpool has, as a business, been going in the right direction, and it feels like there's a bigger sort of emphasis on the community around the club and within the city, and making a difference within the city, and so on. So we do talk about the positives and the areas of improvement for them as well.
And I would say as well, if you are leaving a comment, I am interested also to know what it is you want from an owner. So I see people on Twitter in particular say things like, FSG out, why top Reds who defend FSG. I see that all the time. What is it you want from an owner? Do you want an owner with questionable human rights record? Do you just not give a fuck? You want oil money? Do you know what is it you want? Because there's only so many people in the world that can afford to buy a football club. Don't be a dickhead like Rio Ferdinand and say, lads, if you've had enough of the ownership, just go and buy the football club. I haven't got a spare
That's the thing as well.
£500 million.
You want to hear what these people have to, what the outcome they want, because that's what I'm always sort of interested in. Is like you can throw a statement out there, FSG out. You can throw a statement, we need new owners, that they're not good enough, blah blah blah. But well, what's the solution? Like what you know, like you say, do you want an oil-rich oligarch who, you know, well, we know what they all got up to, and we know how they make the money work and how they move it around, and the human rights record and so on. Do you want that, or, you know, what is the solution that isn't FSG? And it's all right at times to say that they've been all right owners, they've been good owners. But what's next?
And I'm sure some people will say that on Monday, and I'm sure other people will go the other way. It's going to be a debate, should be a lively one. So look out for it, get involved with everything we're doing. We've been carrying on all the way through, loads of content on the app, on the website. Download the app for free, get some free tokens, get stuck into it. Check out the website as well, the AnfieldWrap.com. 10 years of the Anfield Wrap now, so we must be doing something right. Enjoy yourself, get outside, visit the river or light trail, up the Reds.
Bring a coat.